If you're watching this video expecting it to be about a game that is action-packed, big-budget AAA title, then I suggest you quit watching right now. This game goes against the norm of what is considered an actual game. If I had to classify it, I would classify it as an experience, interactive poetry, an immersive world designed to bring out emotion. And in that sense, it was executed perfectly.
I begin. We are woven into a sodden blanket, stuffed into the bottom of a boat to stop the leak and hold back the ocean. My neck aches from staring up at the aerial. It mirrors the dull throb in my gut where I am sure I've begun to form another stone. In my dreams, it forms into a perfect representation of Lot's wife, head over her shoulder, staring along the motorway at the approaching traffic in a vacuum of fatalistic calm.
What differentiates Dear Esther from conventional games is the only control you have is following the path you take. That's the only control you have is the movement of your character. You cannot interact with the world, and I think this makes the world a little bit more believable. You cannot interact with anything within the world, and this makes you pay more attention to your atmosphere and the narration going on in the background. The narration of which is superb. It is very well scripted. I like the writing style of it. I really enjoyed the narration. In the narration, it is never revealed to you who you are while you're on this mysterious island, who exactly Esther is, and what exactly happened to you or her. And I think that plays a big role in how Dear Esther affects the experience.
Did Jakobsen crawl this far? Can I identify the scratches his nails ruined into the rocks? Am I following him cell for cell, inch for inch? Why did he turn back on himself and not carry through to the ascent?
The visuals are breathtaking. This is the most believable and submersive world I have ever seen in a game. And surprisingly enough, it's not a very demanding game.
I am traveling through my own body, following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the aerial shining to me through the rocks.
As you progress along the path, you get a real sense of loneliness and despair. There are only remnants of previous life. And also, as you progress, the narration becomes more desperate, the atmosphere becomes more intense, and you feel as if your character is slowly slipping into insanity. The musical score is magnificent and is worthy of mention.
I sat here and watched two jets carve parallel white lines into the sky. They charted their course, and I followed them for 21 minutes until they turned off near Sanford and were lost. If I were a gull, I would abandon my nest and join them. I would starve my brain of oxygen and suffer delusions of transcendence. I would tear the bottom from my boat and sail across the motorways until I reached this island once again.
The musical composition achieves exactly what it was trying to do. This whole experience is designed to touch the emotion of the player, and is unlike anything I've ever experienced personally. If all of this sounds like something you'd be interested in experiencing for yourself, I think it is definitely worth the money. As of this recording, the game is less than a movie, which it gives you a lot more than any movie can, in my honest opinion.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.